Hi everyone, in this video we discuss the text topic node in SAS Enterprise Miner. In the previous videos, we have used the text parsing node to parse the document collection into terms and then used the text filter node to filter and reduce the number of parsed terms. The next step is to use the text topic node. The text topic node enables you to explore the document collection by automatically associating terms and documents according to both discover and user-defined topics. Topics are collections of terms that describe and categorize a main theme or idea. This is a good tool to categorize terms into different categories. In addition, the topics can also be used to build a predictive model. The text topic node assigns a score for each term to each topic. Then thresholds are used to determine whether the association is strong enough to consider that the term belongs to the topic. As a result, terms can belong to more than one topic or to none at all. This means the created topics are not totally unique, as we might have a text cluster. Accordingly, if we choose to use text topic for taxonomy development, you need to keep this in mind. If you want unique groups for taxonomy, that means each term is assigned to a unique group. You should use text cluster instead. The number of topics that you request should be directly related to the size of the document collection. For example, a large number for a large collection. The most memory-intensive task is computing the singular value decomposition or SVD of the term by document frequency matrix. For more information, see SAS Text Miner reference help. In order to use the text topic node, on the text mining tab, select and drag a text topic node into the diagram workspace. Then connect this node to the text filter node. Again, SAS Enterprise Miner uses the algorithm so-called the singular value decomposition or SVD to group terms into different topics. On the Properties panel, we see several setting options. In the Term Topics group, we see the option Number of Single Term Topics. This setting specifies the maximum number of single term topics to create from top weighted terms. This number should be less than or equal to the smaller of 1000 or the number of terms that are imported into text topic node. When the node is run, the number of single term topics actually created is equal to the number that is specified here plus the number of user topics. Then the single term topics that are most closely related to user topics are eliminated. In the Learn Topics group, we have number of multi-term topics and correlated topics. Number of multi-term topics specifies maximum number of multi-term topics to create from a rotated singular value decomposition or SVD of the weighted term by document matrix. The correlated topic setting specifies whether learned topics must be orthogonal or uncorrelated, or if they can be correlated. In this example, we'll keep the default settings by SAS Enterprise Miner. We will run this node. Right-click at text topic, select Run, and click Yes. The run is completed. Select Results. Let's examine the results. The number of documents by topics bar chart displays the number of documents that are assigned to each topic. Each bar corresponds to a topic. If you position the mouse pointer over a bar, then a tooltip indicates the topic, the number of documents included in that topic, the category, and the topic ID. For example, we see topic 1 with 8 documents assigned to it. The category is multiple. The topic shows terms that describe the topic, such as election, year, representative, knowledge, etc., which are closely related. The topic 2 has 6 documents, and the terms that describe the topic include court, jury, jurisdiction, trial, etc. Next, The number of terms by topics bar chart displays the number of terms that define each topic. Each bar corresponds to a topic. For example, topic 1 has 221 terms and topic 2 has 111 terms. The topics table shows more details of the created topics. Topic ID shows the topic number. Document cutoff shows the minimum topic membership that a document must have to be included in this topic. Term cutoff shows the minimum topic weight that a term must have to be used as a term for this topic. The weight of any term that has an absolute value weight less than this effectively set to 0. The topic column shows terms that describe the topic. Number of terms shows the number of terms in the topic, and the number of documents shows the number of documents that contain the topic. By viewing the terms describing the topics, we can determine the main theme of each topic and might be able to assign specific names to these topics. There is another interesting output of text topic node is the interactive topic reviewer. The topic viewer enables you to refine the topics that were generated either automatically or from user-defined topics when the topics node was run. To access the interactive topic viewer on the properties panel in the results group, click the three-dot button for the topic viewer property. The interactive topic viewer initially opens as a window that is split three ways. At the top is a topics table which contains topic, category, term cutoff, document cutoff, number of terms, and number of documents as described before. One of these topics is always selected as the active topic. When the viewer is first opened, this is the first topic in the topic table. You can edit the following properties of the topic: topic name, term cutoff value, and document cutoff value. Next is a terms table, which contains the weights for the selected topic for each term sorted by descending weight. Last is the documents table, which contains topic weights for the selected topic, also sorted by descending weight. The topic name by default consists of those 5 terms that have the highest topic weights in the terms table. However, you can create a briefer and more meaningful name. Note that the terms table and documents table are linked to the topics table. You can select a different topic either by double-clicking an observation in the topics table or right-clicking on the topic and select current topic. Then the terms and document tables will update to display values that are related to the selected topic. Furthermore, if you edit values in the topics table, then you must click Recalculate to repopulate these two tables with the new information that results from the edit. The terms table displays summary information about the terms that formulate the topics selected in the topics table. Terms with weights that are higher in absolute value than the term cutoff contribute to the particular topic. Those are lower do not contribute to the topic. You can edit the topic weight for any term. If you edit the topic weight for a term, then the topic is automatically reclassified as a user-specified topic if it was not classified as such already. The documents table displays the relation of each document to the selected topic. If the topic weight for the document is greater than the document cutoff for the topic, the document is considered to contain the topic. This information includes, in addition to the topic weight for a document, all of the variables in the input data source. The second variable that is displayed is the variable that was used for text parsing. Now we have 15 topics created by SAS Enterprise Miner. We can use them as categorization for terms, or we can build and run predictive models using these topics as predictors. For example, I want to build and run a logistic regression model to predict the target variable using these topics. On the Model tab, select and drag a regression node into the diagram workspace and then connect it to the text topic node. If we have a larger sample, we can use data partition to partition the sample. For the purpose of this example, I will skip this step since the sample size is small. On the properties panel, in the class targets group, we make sure regression type is logistic regression. In the model selection group, we select stepwise for the selection model and select validation error for selection criteria. Let's run the model. Right-click at the regression node, select Run and click Yes. The run is completed. Select Results. In the fit statistics table, we can see ASE is 0.078, which seems small enough. In the output table, we'll examine the regression results in row 1092, analysis of maximum likelihood estimates. We can see that topic 1, topic 13, topic 15, and topic 5 are considered influencing factors that affect the target variable. It can be reminded that the target variable is a binary variable. 1 means the author is Hamilton, and 0 means otherwise. We interpret the regression results in the same way we did before. That is how to use the text topic in SAS Enterprise Miner. Thank you and bye now.